Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is, of course, Tuesday evening here in the UK and across the world, and we're kicking off Season 2 here of Flux Motorsport's Touring Car Championship with a wet one. It's going to be gripping the wheels tight for these lads tonight around this Bannochbrae circuit. Of course, we're now stepping into autumn. The leaves are looking red on the trees, and the rain is absolutely pouring down here in Dunfermlineshire, just north of the capital, and it's certainly all set for a grey and miserable racing session, which is going to prove very challenging for these lads. I know quite a few of them are accomplished drivers inside the touring cars, but whether or not they've been able to prepare for a wet Bannochbrae circuit is another thing. Whilst I've been waffling through the upcoming season, Jack has managed to get himself in second place. That has put Kovkar down into the second row, but still a strong qualification from him. And then out of nowhere, J46 Dyson in the BMW just jumps ahead of all of them, finds himself second place on the grid. So it's going to be a front row start for the Scotsman to try and challenge the console, and he got pretty close to his qualification time as well. Looks as though Luke is currently just on a cool down from his lap there. Let's have a look. Looks as though Quiet Man might still be on a hot lap though. Both of his sector times looking a little bit slow, so it looks as though this one's going to be just a practice as he runs down the timer, just coming around the final circuit now. There is a little kink left, and then he'll be on a drag down to the line, and that is going to be the end of our session. So as we have a quick run through, the console takes pole position with J46 Dyson in second place. Jack finishes in third with all U82 in fourth. Kovkar does enough for the third row with Redwood alongside him. Lecky 2000 in seventh place with Giacomo with a 2 grid place penalty. That finds him in eighth position. We'll have to wait and see whether or not he managed to stay within the lobby. Luke Snipes does enough for 9th with Quiet Man in 10th, Tibby in 11th, T Scott in 12th and Old Smokey in 13th. Looks as though we've had a disconnection from Stoltz, I think. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not he gets back in, but I don't think he's going to be able to make it. 13 seconds remaining of the Tinker time, and then we're going to be underway here at the Bray. Let me know your predictions. It's certainly going to be hotly contested in lap 1 as these guys are pretty much bunched up. They're going to drag it down to the left-hander. Looks as though J46 Dyson has actually got the upper hand on the outside, but there's the green light, and looks as though Dyson actually away slowly. That BMW is usually on it like shit off a chrome shovel, but the console got a great start and leaps right into the lead with a considerable gap as well ahead of J46 Dyson. Jack is in third place with all U82 in fourth. Then we're looking down to Lecky moving up in places in fifth there, just running around the outside and colliding with the barriers, it seems. Let's jump into the chase cam, get a good view of Lecky at the back. We can see there Kovkar and all U82, but Kovkar eats the barrier on the right hand side. Lecky looks over to the right hand side to cut back in as they run over the bridge. Nothing but action here at the Bray. So Lecky is dragging it down to all U82 at the moment. He's not going to be able to do him into breaking into this right-hander. But, oh, huge collision there. Looked as though all U82 getting his braking wrong. Lecky may have just got around from any considerable damage, but a huge accident there as all U82 makes a mistake, collides with the barrier, and it looks as though Casey Redwood has suffered with it. He's falling down the position, so I'm expecting that he's quite battered. All U82 is only just getting moving again. So he falls all the way down to the back of the pack in 13th position. So right up to the front, the console continues to lead ahead of J46 Dyson. Jack in third place with Lecky now in fourth. So Lecky's made big inroads after nearly getting swept up in that accident. He's still 5.3 seconds behind the console, but there's plenty to play for here. Let's jump on over with Luke Snipes as he tends to redecorate the course there with a few road signs. Looks as though we've also got a spinner. I think that's J46 Dyson's BMW. It is indeed. So J46 Dyson just managing to get underway again, but finds himself in 11th place after that spin. and that's going to take some hard work to try and get that position back, that's for sure. So the console leads to Jack, who leads to Lecky at the moment. There's your top three. Tibby's done very well out of all of this. In fact, Tibby has just managed to overtake Lecky, because Lecky has had a spin on the bridge and he gets absolutely wiped out. Nothing he could have done there. He was a spinner and a sitting duck, but that's going to be a T-bone and some major damage, so I expect a few pit stops to come in at the end of this one. I imagine there's a few choice words as well being said within the cockpits of some of these cars, but nothing could be done about that. Maybe the drivers could have moved up to the insides, but the comments currently on the YouTube say it all. There is nothing but action going on here at the Bray. Just lap 3 here of Bannochbrae, and I've barely been able to take a breath. It's been non-stop action here in the touring cars. I'm really glad to see it back here on our broadcast schedule, because there's nothing but excitement guaranteed inside the touring car class. And in just 7 minutes of action, we've been able to separate our leader and the back of the pack by 2 minutes and 7 seconds. I imagine it's going to be even more come the end of it. Looks as though Luke Snipes is moving his way up, though. He's just passed TTV Giacomo and Old Smokey inside the pits. J46 Dyson comes in. Really unfortunate for him. He made big inroads after that off. Managed to get himself up into third place and then binned it just after the start-finish line. So had to go around this pretty extensive track with some pretty heavy damage. So we've currently got 5 cars inside the pit lane. I think that the pit lane can only hold 6 at a time, so it's going to be interesting if anybody else tries to come in. But that's allowed Kovkarl now to move up into 6th position. So Quiet Man, TTV Giacomo, J46 Dyson, Old Smokey and All U82 currently in the pits. And that's going to allow Tibby and Lecky to maybe make up some inroads. Tibby is gaining places and he finds himself up into 7th place. Lecky can't be too far away from that either. So it looks as though the Giacomo mob still rooting for him at the moment, but he's just coming into the pits. Let's have a look at the timing boards. We have got a 20-second penalty from the console. Didn't spot that coming out. That must have been a false start, so I thought it was a really strong start. So at the moment, really, Jack de Menezes in 2nd place is currently the provisional leader. 12.9 seconds behind the console at the moment, but he's got 20 seconds so long as he keeps away from the penalties. So we see Old Smokey coming into the pits once again. He's not going to be happy with that, but he must be coming in for some damage repairs. Looks as though TTV Giacomo comes into the pits. I've lost track of how many times it is, but he's really struggling to get some consistency in the Megane around this Bannochbrae circuit. That looked as though Kovkarl just absolutely ate it. That's going to be another pit stop, I think. Huge head-on collision there for the number 20 PCCF liveried Megane. So unfortunate for Kovkarl. I think he's going to lose out on a position if he does come into the pits. Who knows, with 12 minutes remaining, he might just opt to try and stick it out for the remaining 4, maybe 5 laps of this race. I'll have to wait and see. Who is that ahead? Just trying to have a look on my spec sheet. I recognise the livery. It's the air bubbles, so it'll be All U82 that's ahead of him. And it looks as though All U82 coming into the pits. So I suspect, actually, with the way that he's been running, that is going to be a change of tyres. Let's have a look at All U82 as he comes in. See whether or not we can see any change. I know it looks as though his car's damaged, but his car's been pretty damaged all the way through this one. Can't see any change in tyres there as we see Kovkarl getting very intimate with All U82 there. Not sure what's going on. Both of them having the same pit stop. All sorts sending me under at the moment with the windscreen wipers. Be sure not to look into it. It's hypnotising me. Oh, Big Al commenting that she's going to keep Alex grounded after his head begins to swell after this opening race victory. I'll be honest, Big Al, you're going to have to struggle. I know that we're not going to hear the end of it here in the moderator room, but it's been justified for sure. He comes around the second to last corner now. He's just got the kink left to complete this final lap of Bannochbrae, and it's an emphatic victory for the Console in the opening race of the season. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to his nearest rival, who's actually coming round 1 lap behind in lap 17 for Jack de Menzies at the moment. So second place is going to be his, but he's done very well to hold on to it. It's going to be 30 points for Jack de Menzies. Lecky 2000 doing very well on a recovery drive. For any of those of you that were tuning in a little bit late, rewind this video as soon as you can. Watch the opening couple of laps and you'll see why I'm calling it a recovery drive for Lecky 2000. Absolute carnage in the rain here at Bannochbrae. So Lecky did very well to keep his head on his shoulders and persevere into a final podium spot. There we can just have a look at the tyres of the Console. No tyres at all left on the front of that car. However, he does get the race victory despite a false start and a 20-second penalty. Jack de Menzies ends up in second place with Lecky in third, as mentioned earlier. Kovkyle does very well to secure fourth place. T. Scott in fifth in the end, with Casey Redwood in sixth. J46 Dyson in seventh place and Luke Snipes in eighth. Alaxon in ninth place in the end. An unfortunate run for him. He was looking pretty quick at certain points, just one too many pit stops, I believe. Same with Old Smokey, who ended up with 3 pit stops in the end. So that is all that we've got time for here at round 1 in the Flux Motorsport Touring Car Championship. We'll be next live on your screens on Sunday from 8 o'clock for the GT3 Championship. However, be sure to hit a like and subscribe to this video and to our channel to make sure that you don't miss any of the GT1 action, as well as the highlight videos from this race and the special event that happened last Sunday. I've been your host for the evening. I've been Murphy. I will be racing inside that GT1 race on Thursday, so I'll see you on track then. And other than that, take care, enjoy the week ahead, and I'll see you on the microphone once again with tonight's race winner, the Console, live and direct from 8 o'clock PM on our YouTube channel for the coverage of the GT3 Championship. Take care, everyone, and see you next time.